What up? Welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Romebone. This is where we showcase and profile underground music while taking an occasional trip above the surface. Thank you for tuning in. And let's get right into it. Oujia Macc dropped his pre-order for Water Damage, featuring 13 songs if you order the physical, 11 if you get the digital through iTunes and Google Play. Now he has a bunch of pre-order packages that you can get. There's a hoodie option, a t-shirt option, a cassette tape, CD, and then you got the full bundle, which includes everything. I'm not mad at the short track list. I think if he would have cut Gutter Water down to 11, 12 songs, it would have been a way better, more cohesive album. Now looking at the track list for Water Damage, the only guest feature that he has from Psychopathic on here is Hoodoo. No light, no ICP. Not really mad at it because he kind of does his own thing anyway. The pre-orders aren't even through Psychopathic's merch site. It's through his own Ouija collection.bigcartel.com. He does a lot of merch drops on his own that don't even go through Psychopathic merch. Me personally, I'm not the biggest Oujia Macc fan, but I'll be streaming this album when it comes out. And if it's good, I'll purchase the physical, as I usually do. And if you place your pre-order, it also comes with 3 automatic downloads: Majesty, Say My Name, Freestyle, and Nardwar Glock. So you get 3 songs right away if you pre-order it. Not a bad deal. CD and cassette are going to run you $20, and the digital download's going to run you $11. He's been dropping a lot of shit. He's been dropping videos. I'm pretty sure he's going to drop a video for every album off Gutter Water. And pretty much all the videos that he drops are really high quality, good videos. My favorite one is for the urinal. I talked about that in the last episode. That video and song is just funny to me and fucking ruthless. Talking about pissing on a girl, fucking your girl at your funeral. That shit's just funny to me. So we got new Oujia Macc coming, with the only guest being Hoodoo on the album. Speaking of Hoodoo, he released a teaser for a new single and new video coming out. The video looks like it's going to be dope. Again, I'm not the biggest Hoodoo fan, but I'll peep it when it comes out. Maybe he can win me over as a fan. I don't know. Is Hoodoo going to drop a new album soon? Is he going to put some out? Psychopathic's been super fucking quiet releasing music. The only release that they had, 2018, was Oujia Macc's Gutter Water. Nothing else. Fearless Fred Fury was supposed to come out, but we all know how that went down. Psychopathic needs to up the ante and release more music, new music, consistently. In the world of social media and everything is right at your fingertips and super fucking fast, they're not releasing music nearly fast enough. But with Oujia Macc doing it on his own, not even through Psychopathic, for the Water Damage, the pre-orders are through his own website. It looks like Ouija's gonna be consistently putting out new shit as he has been, which is dope to see. Maybe if he keeps dropping new music, constantly releasing new shit, it'll give motivation for the other artists on the label, like Hoodoo, ICP, especially, to drop new music more consistently, more often. Also up for pre-order is the new ICP album, Fearless Fred Fury. They have a ton of packages. They have 8 pre-order packages that you can get, including jackets, jerseys, hoodies, hats, pins, all sorts of crazy shit. Shirts. Me personally, I'm just going to be ordering the CD. Even though the merch drop looks pretty dope, I think the Fearless Fred Fury Joker card logo is probably the best looking Joker card since Jekyll Brothers. I think he looks badass with the crowbar in his hand, flip the rat in his pocket. I think it's a dope ass logo. Looks cool. The merch drop, like I said, looks dope. But I'll just be caught. I already actually pre-ordered my CD, and they also released the single, WTF. Now, I've listened to the song probably 5 or 6 times. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's kind of just there. It kind of reminds me of when they dropped the single Chris Benoit for the Mighty Death Pop album. To me, other than the chorus has the same kind of vibe to it. I dig the content in the song. The content is dope. The beat kind of drowns the vocals out though. It kind of makes it hard to hear the vocals to me. I think there's too much going on in the production. But then the chorus hits you and Shaggy's just fucking screaming, "What the fuck?" That shit is dope. Sounds like it could be a dope song live. Definitely get a mosh pit going. No idea who produced the song. They didn't say who produced it. Can't even make a guess. If I had to make a guess, I'd probably guess people that they worked with. Doesn't really sound like a 7 beat to me. Doesn't even really sound like a Kuma beat. So I'm not sure who produced this beat. But I think there's too much going on in the beat. Drowns the vocals out. The message gets lost because the beat is overpowering the vocals. But like I said, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I want to hear the song with the rest of the album. To me, anytime ICP has released a single, I've always got that kind of feel where it's like, whatever. Don't care for it. Don't hate it. I want to hear it part of the bigger picture. I want to hear how it fits in with the rest of the album, because when you listen to ICP, you got to listen to it as a whole package, as an album, not just a single song. You're not going to get the full message, the full feel from just one song off an entire LP from ICP. So that's what I want. I want to hear the full album. I kind of wish that I stuck to my guns and didn't listen to the single, but curiosity got the best of me. I listened to it. Chorus is badass. Other than that, I'll wait for the full length, which comes out February 15th. And if you ain't got your pre-order, go get that shit. Also, where is the track list for Fearless Fred Fury? It was advertised that they were going to release the single and a track list. Where's the track list? Psychopathic once again promising shit that they don't deliver upon. Not surprised. Not shocked that they didn't follow through with something yet again. Also, same day that the pre-orders went up for Fearless Fred Fury was Record Store Day, which featured drops from ICP and Twisted. ICP released The Amazing Jekyll Brothers on vinyl for the first time, which is dope. You got both versions, Jake and Jack. I went out and hit the stores. I got Jake, no problem. Every store I went to had Jake. Could not find Jack to fucking save my life. I had to call 16 fucking stores before I could find Jack. And I had to drive an hour and a half to get that shit. But to me as a collector, it was worth it. The fucking vinyl looks fresh as fuck. And it finally completes the first 6 Joker's card on vinyl. You got all of them now. The first 6. You even got all 3 of the current second deck on vinyl now. They released Bang Pow Boom on vinyl. But the Amazing Jekyll Brothers vinyl is pretty dope. And if you can't make it out to a record store, whatever, you can't find it, go on eBay. I see them on eBay going for anywhere from $29, $35. Fair price. Twisted released the Split in This Paint 7-inch picture disc. That was pretty easy to find for me also. I scooped that up. I also scooped up the Royce da 5'9" Death is Certain vinyl. And I also picked up the Czarface Dog Days of Tomorrow comic book with the 7-inch vinyl. Now, if you don't know about Czarface, it's 7L and Esoteric with Inspector Deck of Wu-Tang. And 7L is probably at the top of his game right now, producing, making beats. This shit is like classic 90s Wu-Tang boom bap. Just hit you in the fucking chest type shit. Is really dope. And they put out quality fucking work all the time. This comic book is like, you get it in your hands, you feel it, you go through the pages and nice and thick. Dope art. The comic book was written by Esoteric as well. So if you ain't peeped out Czarface, I definitely recommend peeping out Czarface. Their shit is dope. Also, for new music, Young Wicked released a new song called Coastin' off his new mixtape, the Young Wicked Mixtape Volume 2. Now this shit right here, the beat kind of reminds me of the production off of the Morte album, so you can tell it's recent material. I'm fucking with the track other than the mix on the track. The mix on the track is fucking terrible. It's super fucking low. Like, you gotta turn it up higher than you normally would for any other song. And the lyrics get drowned out in the beat as well. But if you put the mix aside, I mean, he's just coming at you fucking hard with the track. Just spitting that super fucking fast shit. Just flexing his skills, and I'm willing to bet that the mixtape is going to be just that, him flexing his fucking skills, killing it yet again, as I feel he has been. Now, I want to talk about Young Wicked because he's got his new mixtape coming out. He dropped a single, and I put up a post on Twitter, a couple posts on Twitter that said he has the best album Eminem has put out yet with the Return of the Prodigal Son. And I also said he has the best album Psychopathic has put out since Abomination with Slaughter. Is Young Wicked the best artist in the Wicked shit right now? I think so. This dude is super fucking dope. Has improved immensely over the fucking years. If you go back, listen to Unforgiven Force from A&B, his production on that, his raps on that, and then you listen to The Return of the Prodigal Son, his last album he put out, it's not even the same dude. It's evolved crazy over the years. And I think he's the best Wicked shit artist out right now. ICP Twisted included. Why do I think that? Like I said, I think he's put out the best albums, Psychopathic and Psychopath. Why do I think that? I think he's put out the best album Eminem has put out yet. Easily. I think maybe not easily because the Ala Zuli Lu album just came out, but that just came out. We got to see how it ages over time. It's been almost 2 years since The Return came out. And it's the best album Psychopathic has put out since Abominations. Since Abominations, they've released the Cold 187 album, Legs Diamonds album, 2 Hoodoo albums, Boondocks Abaddon came out, The Dark Lotus came out, Killjoy Club, House of Wax, the Missing Link albums, Fuck the Fuck Off Motherfucker, DJ Paul's album, The Phantom EP, Lights EP, and Oujia Macc's Gutter Water. I think that Young Wicked Slaughter album is better than any of those albums. Pretty easily. The only one I would say that gives it really a run for its money would probably be Killjoy Club, but he was in Killjoy Club and he was a pretty fucking vital member in Killjoy Club, if you ask me. Did a lot of the hooks, killed it on the raps, didn't do any of the production on the album as they had Seven and DJ Paul doing all the production, but this dude was monstrous on that fucking album. That was a good look for him to be with 3 6 Mafia and ICP on an entire album. That was a good look for him. And I think that helped give him the promotion that he needed for his Slaughter album that came out not too long after that. I mean, this dude is constantly putting out good music, raps his ass off. He does all his production, all his engineering. He did the engineering for the House of Crazy song Death for Anyone Who, which I think was the best sounding song, and it sounded like they kept his mix on the EP that they put out for Halloween, and it was the best sounding song on that entire EP. So he could produce his ass off. His beats fucking go hard. He engineers all his shit. I wonder if he engineered the Coastin' single, so I might have to go back on a little bit because the mix on that song, like I said, was fucking terrible. But other than that, usually his mixes sound good. The A&B Muerte album sounded pretty fucking good. That shit was dope as hell. The production on that was like dark, and it was just a dark themed album. Really good. Rapping his ass off. Outshines Bones Dub, but hey, they complement each other well. And with the return of the prodigal son, it had the song Still I Rise, which if you ask me, that was the song of 2017. I mean, him, Jamie Madrox, and Ritz just went the fuck in on that song. He brings the best out of his collaborators who he has on his songs. That song, so fucking dope. The beat, the chorus, like probably one of Jamie Madrox's best verses he's spit in at least a few years, if not ever. Ritz went super hard on it, like Ritz pretty much usually does. And he brings the best out of his collaborators. Also on the album, he had Mac Lethal on the album. Mac Lethal came super fucking hard on that track. And then you had the song Blau with Gmo, Ski, and Monoxide. And if you ask me, that is Monoxide's best verse that he ever spit. That shit was super fucking hard. Multi-syllables, his delivery on that shit, over that beat is fucking hard. So this dude Young Wicked is upping the ante with his skills. I think he's bringing the best out of everybody. And if you look at the numbers, the Still I Rise numbers for that video is one of the top videos, if not the top video, that M&E has put out that isn't a Twisted video. Now that's saying something. That's saying the people are digging what this dude's doing, his music, feeling his shit. Both his albums charted on Billboard as well, so people are buying his shit, streaming his shit, supporting it. Not only does he produce and engineer all his own shit, but he's done production on the Missing Link albums, the last Joker's Card that ICP did. He did production on the Shapeshifter EP, and he did production on the Shapeshifter LP, which is the reason why it hasn't come out. He also engineered and mixed down, or did production on the ICP audiobook Behind the Paint. And if you listen to that shit, sounds really fucking good. And it's a funny ass fucking book if you just read the shit and you hear Violent J talk about it with all the fucking dope little sounds and shit that Young Wicked put in the background, gives it that little bit of extra freshness. He was on the Year of the Sword album, did production on the Year of the Sword album M&E put out late last year. And this dude's constantly putting out new music. Slaughter came out 2015. A little over a year later, when he got signed to M&E, he dropped the Vengeance EP. 5 months later, dropped the Return of the Prodigal Son. Less than a year later, dropped the A&B album Muerte. Plus now he has a new mixtape coming out, which I would imagine be in the next few months, since he just dropped a single for it. Appeared on 6 songs of the Year of the Sword CD. So this dude stays busy. He's done tours. He went out on tour last year with Scum and Lex the Hexmaster. They're about to go on. A&B's about to go on tour again with Ala Zulilu and Scum and Insane Poetry. So this dude stays busy, putting out new music, engineering other shit, engineering his own shit. And that's why I think this dude is the best artist in the underground right now. Is my opinion. What do you think? Who do you think is the best artist in the wicked shit right now? Honestly, I'm curious to what people have to say. Twisted's put out a lot of music. M&E as a whole has put out a lot of music. The only other album I think that could compete with the Return of the Prodigal Son would be ROC's Digital Voodoo. That shit went super fucking hard. ROC killed it. But if you look at the Spotify numbers, the listeners, Young Wicked has over 29,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Now, Twisted has the most on the M&E roster with 127,000. But if you look at the rest of the roster, Blaze is at 37,000. So Young Wicked's not that far behind on monthly listeners wise. Numbers behind Blaze. And then you got Gorilla Voltage at 17,000, Gmo at 14,000, Lex at 9,000, and ROC at 3,000. Ala Zulilu at 7,000, but their numbers are steadily going up. And UGA at 16,000. Now if you look at Psychopathic's numbers that aren't ICP, Light's at 4K, Ouija's at 8,000, Hoodoo's at 7,000. for a total of 19,000. So this dude has 10,000 more monthly listeners than Light, Ouija, and Hoodoo combined. And his numbers just keep going up. This dude is super fucking relatable. He puts his pain in his music, but he makes it so the listener can relate to it. The only other artist to really do that is Twisted. You could say ICP a little bit, but not really. I think this dude right here, along with Ala Zulilu, is the future of the wicked shit, and this dude has the potential to be the biggest artist coming out of the wicked shit. Now, time will only tell, but I think this dude's only going to get bigger. And I want to know who you think is the best artist in the wicked shit right now. Is it ICP? Is it Twisted? Is it Ouija? Ala Zulilu? I want to know what you think. I think Young Wicked is the best artist out in the wicked shit genre right now. And I want to thank you for tuning in. That's all I got for this episode. And I'll be back next time. Peace.